Hi, I'm Ralph. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're talking about chicken, white chicken, chicken breast to be specific. Have you ever wondered just how restaurants like say Chick-fil-A can get a chicken breast to be so moist and juicy, even their grilled chicken? And yet when you try to do it at home, it so often comes out dry and tough. We're going to take care of that problem today. I've got 3 chicken breasts here that we're going to be cooking up, and we're actually going to be doing a reverse sear on a chicken breast. You're going to see how this works out. But first, now you don't have to do this step, but I like to kind of fillet my chicken breast. That's the way that they actually do it at Chick-fil-A, to make the breast a little bit bigger, fit on the bun better, and there's some tendons that run on the back side of the chicken here, and you just kind of run your thumb up there and it opens it up, and this was much wider before, but the tenderloin can be all bunched up, and so you wind up with a large piece of chicken and a skinny piece of chicken. This just kind of makes it a little bit more uniform. You're still going to have a wider section, but it's going to be a lot more even than what it was before. Next, we're going to need a fork. And we're going to be poking holes in the thickest part of the chicken breast. Then we're going to take salt. We're going to salt them down. And we're going to let that salt soak in. Same way we would do with, say, a steak, because it's going to add additional flavor to the chicken. It's going to permeate the muscle cells and break them down, make them more tender, and add a little bit of flavor to the chicken at the same time. We're going to be doing this for between 45 minutes to 4 hours. So I'm going to do the 45 minutes, and I'm going to stick this in the refrigerator right now. And I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, we're back. The chicken has been in the refrigerator with the salt for about the last 45 minutes. So now it's time to take them out and go on to the next step. Let's see how it is. They're looking good. Now, all we have to do is cover them up with foil, because the foil is going to be keeping the moisture in while they're cooking. Now I've got the oven already preheated to 275 degrees. I'm going to be putting this chicken in for about 30 minutes, and I'm doing it for 30 minutes because remember we did that step where we kind of filleted them and they're a little bit thinner now. If you don't do that step, and you don't have to, you're going to have one side that's thick, definitely thicker than the other side. You may have to leave it in there for maybe 40 minutes, so just keep that in mind. With that said, let's go ahead and put them in the oven. We'll see you in just a few minutes. Okay, we're back. It's time to take them out of the oven. I checked on them earlier for their temperature, and their internal temperature was not quite high enough yet. I was shooting for getting them up to around 140 to 145 internal temperature before taking them out of the oven, and they weren't quite there, so I had to leave them in for about another 7 minutes or so. So be sure to check the internal temperatures before you move on to the next step. Next, I melted 2 tablespoons of butter. Now I've got a mixture of flour, cornstarch, and pepper that I'm putting into that butter. The actual proportions will be in the directions which are down below. Get that all stirred together. Now before we start the sear process, I'm going to be coating one side of the chicken breast with this solution that we've just made up. The butter and the flour are going to be for browning, and the cornstarch reacts with the flour and helps to seal in the moisture during the searing process. Now when we flip them over, we're going to be basting the other side with the same mixture. So in the meantime, let me take these over to the range and we'll put them on the grill. Now I've already preheated the grill here. So I've got the oil smoking so we know it's hot enough. Gotta turn that fan up just a little bit more, so we're gonna have to talk over that. We're gonna leave it on the griddle for about 2 to 3 minutes before we flip it over. Going on about 2 minutes right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and start basting up the other side with our butter solution. Okay, it's been about 2 minutes. I'm going to go ahead, flip them over. Looks like we're getting a nice sear on them. Got some nice fond forming here on the griddle. Just kind of move it around, see if we can get that fond to stick to the sear. Okay, I think they're ready to pull. Okay, let's cut into one of these and see what we've got. These are looking great. See how that looks? And how juicy that is? You can just see that internal juice right there. Now, I did a couple of different things here. One, I cut it this way because I wanted to show you some different ways that we can put this all together. One way is with chicken fajitas. And that's looking really good. Another way is earlier today, I went and stopped by Chick-fil-A and picked up one of their sandwiches. So we can just kind of compare that against what we have here. So let me put one of these fillets on the sandwich. That's how they look. I think ours looks a little bit bigger. And one more way, but I'm going to have to put this in the microwave for just about 15 seconds. While we're waiting on that, If you're enjoying the video, please press like down below, and if you enjoy the content, consider subscribing to our channel and drop me a comment. Let me know what you think we ought to be cooking in the future. I hear the microwave going off. So what I did with the marmalade was I heated it up so that I could baste it on top of some of our chicken. So not only do I think that our breast of chicken looks a little bit better than the Chick-fil-A, you can also use it as a main course. Put it with rice, baste it up, and you're having orange chicken. And I tell you what, this is going to be some of the best chicken fillets you've ever had. These will be full of juice, full of flavor. You'll be proud to serve these to your family. You'll be proud to serve these to company. So how's it taste? Well, here's a little piece right here. Let me go ahead and try that. That is great. You'll notice the Chick-fil-A, it's got some grill marks on it, but it's not like they're grilling it outside. It's basically a griddle with raised edges. And isn't that basically what we just did when we seared our chicken? So, as far as the technique, I like what we did, and I think I like it even better than the Chick-fil-A product. The Chick-fil-A sandwich cost me about $7. Now, I know they have other expenses that we don't have at home, but I think you can serve your family a better chicken sandwich or entree for less money than what you would have to spend if you were going out. So if you're enjoying this, and I hope you are, join us next week when I come out with some more videos, and I will see you later. Thanks again. Bye-bye.